Every crypto investor knows Dogecoin is the fun meme coin, the coin that started as a joke and then shocked the entire world by building a market cap larger than some global corporations. But very few people actually understand how the Dogecoin blockchain really works, what makes it run, how transactions move across the network, how new coins are created, and why this so-called meme coin still stands strong after a decade while thousands of other projects disappeared. Today, we're pulling back the curtain to show you the real mechanics of Dogecoin, the algorithms, the network, and the system that keeps this cryptocurrency alive and moving every single second. If you've ever wondered how Dogecoin actually functions under the hood, stay locked in, because what you're about to discover might completely change the way you think about this legendary coin. Dogecoin didn't start with the same ambition as Bitcoin or Ethereum. It began in 2013, created by two engineers Billy Marcus and Jackson Palmer as a light-hearted response to the serious and at times toxic culture surrounding crypto back then. The Dogecoin logo, featuring the Shiba Inu meme, was meant to be humorous. But behind that humor was a real blockchain protocol, a fork from Litecoin, which itself was a fork from Bitcoin. That's where Dogecoin's DNA begins. Despite the memes and internet jokes, the Dogecoin blockchain uses real cryptographic technology, and that's why it still exists, not just as a community meme, but as a decentralized, functioning network. Now, let's talk about the foundation. At its core, Dogecoin operates using a proof-of-work consensus mechanism, just like Bitcoin. That means miners compete to solve complex mathematical puzzles in order to validate transactions and add new blocks to the blockchain. When a miner successfully adds a block, they're rewarded with newly created Dogecoins. This process not only secures the network but also controls the rate at which new Doge enters circulation. But here's where it gets interesting. Unlike Bitcoin, which has a hard supply cap of 21 million coins, Dogecoin has no maximum limit. Over 10,000 new Doge are added to the network every minute. That constant flow of coins gives Dogecoin a different kind of economic model, one that's inflationary, not deflationary. Many people think that inflation is bad for a cryptocurrency, but in Dogecoin's case, it's part of what keeps it alive. The ongoing issuance of new Doge means miners always have an incentive to secure the network. It prevents what's known as block reward exhaustion, a problem Bitcoin might face as rewards diminish over time. This continuous reward system also makes Dogecoin practical as a currency for tipping in transactions, rather than a store of value locked away in cold wallets. The logic is simple. Dogecoin isn't meant to be hoarded, it's meant to move. Now, how do transactions actually work on the Dogecoin blockchain? Every time someone sends Doge from one wallet to another, the transaction is broadcast to a network of nodes, computers running the Dogecoin software. These nodes verify the validity of the transaction. They check whether the sender actually has enough Doge, confirm the digital signatures, and make sure there's no double spending. Once validated, transactions get grouped together in a block, which is then mined by one of the miners in the network. The winning miner adds the new block to the existing chain, making that transaction officially part of Dogecoin's permanent history. Every block added strengthens the network's security, because each block links cryptographically to the one before it. But Dogecoin isn't just Bitcoin's copy. It's built on a slightly modified version of the Scrypt algorithm, a system that's lighter and faster than Bitcoin's SHA-256. This algorithm makes Dogecoin transactions quicker and more energy efficient. The average block time for Dogecoin is just 1 minute, compared to Bitcoin's 10 minutes. That means Dogecoin can handle more transactions in a shorter amount of time, which has made it attractive for micropayments and tipping online. Still, Dogecoin's blockchain shares Bitcoin's immutability and transparency. Anyone can explore the Dogecoin blockchain and view transactions using public explorers. Every transaction is traceable, verifiable, and recorded forever. That's one of the most underrated parts of Dogecoin. Behind the humor, there's real transparency. Now, let's move deeper. Dogecoin's mining ecosystem operates through something called merge mining. In 2014, Dogecoin developers made a critical change that allowed Dogecoin to be mined alongside Litecoin. This meant miners could secure both blockchains simultaneously without splitting their resources. This decision was a turning point. Merge mining strengthened Dogecoin's security, increased network participation, and ensured the chain wouldn't be abandoned due to declining rewards. In simple terms, merge mining linked Dogecoin's security to the much larger Litecoin network, making it far more resilient to potential attacks. The next piece of the puzzle is Dogecoin's decentralized structure. There's no central authority, no CEO, no official company controlling it. The Dogecoin Foundation oversees community development and long-term vision, but the network itself is open source and maintained by volunteer developers and miners around the world. This means anyone can run a Dogecoin node, participate in consensus, or even propose updates to improve the protocol. This open, community-driven nature is why Dogecoin has survived while many corporate-backed coins have failed. Its power comes from the community's belief and participation. Speaking of updates, the Dogecoin network has been quietly evolving. The recent launch of Cardinal's Index node added significant improvements to transaction indexing and network participation. Now, anyone can run a node and validate on-chain data more efficiently. This upgrade improved speed, reduced latency, and opened doors to greater programmability, something Dogecoin historically lacked. It's a big leap from being a simple meme coin toward a network capable of supporting more advanced applications. Developers are already exploring new layers like DOGE, a platform that enables decentralized applications directly on Dogecoin's chain. This means Dogecoin could eventually host its own ecosystem of apps, payments, and AI-driven tools. At the heart of all this, though, lies Dogecoin's philosophy, simplicity. Dogecoin wasn't designed to be complicated. It was meant to be fun, approachable, and useful. That's part of why it grew such a massive following online. From Reddit to X, formerly Twitter, the Dogecoin community has always been about participation and generosity. The famous Dogecoin NASCAR sponsorship and charitable causes funded in Doge show how a meme transformed into a movement. Behind every block mined and every transaction confirmed, there's a culture of inclusivity and humor that continues to define this coin. Now let's talk numbers, specifically, scalability and performance. Dogecoin's blockchain can process around 30 to 40 transactions per second, which is far more than Bitcoin 7. That efficiency makes it well suited for smaller transactions like tips, donations, and online purchases. And as developers continue to optimize Dogecoin Core, these speeds may increase further. Future upgrades could also integrate support for Layer 2 solutions, potentially unlocking faster off-chain transactions while keeping the base layer secure. Security is another crucial part of the story. Dogecoin's blockchain security relies on distributed consensus. The more miners and nodes that participate, the harder it becomes for any bad actor to manipulate the chain. Dogecoin's merge mining with Litecoin means it benefits from the collective hashing power of both networks. This merged system makes it nearly impossible for anyone to launch a 51% attack or rewrite transaction history. Combined with its open-source development and community oversight, Dogecoin remains one of the most secure blockchains in the meme coin category. In recent years, Dogecoin has also found a new wave of attention through institutional moves. The launch of Doge ETFs, consistent fund inflows, and ongoing corporate interest have all positioned Dogecoin not just as a cultural symbol, but as a legitimate financial asset. Elon Musk's influence helped push Dogecoin into the mainstream spotlight, but it's the technology that's keeping it relevant today. Companies like Tesla accepting Dogecoin for merchandise and developers integrating Doge payments into various apps show that Dogecoin's utility continues to grow. Now, let's zoom out and talk about what this all means. Dogecoin's blockchain works because it blends old-school crypto fundamentals with a new-age community spirit. It's a system that's technically solid but culturally flexible. The reason it still thrives isn't just because of memes or social media buzz, it's because it has a real, working network, sustained by real users and miners. Its inflationary model keeps the ecosystem alive, while ongoing upgrades push its boundaries. Over the next few years, if Dogecoin continues to evolve technically, especially with improvements like Cardinal's Index node, DOGE, and zero-knowledge support, we could see a transition from a fun digital token into a true multi-purpose blockchain. The foundations are already there. The community is active, developers are innovating, and the brand is globally recognized. Combine that with increasing institutional support, and Dogecoin's long-term potential starts to look far more serious than most give it credit for. So when someone says Dogecoin is just a meme, you now know that's not the whole story. Beneath the humor lies a robust blockchain network, merge mined with Litecoin, secured by proof of work, and continuously refined by a dedicated team of engineers. Every transaction you send, every block mined, every node validated, all of it operates through a decentralized system that embodies the original vision of cryptocurrency: freedom from intermediaries, community-driven development, and a network that belongs to everyone. And here's the key takeaway: Dogecoin's greatest strength isn't just its technology or price potential. It's its ability to evolve while staying true to its roots. It's the people running the nodes, building apps, sharing memes, and keeping the network alive through activity and belief. Dogecoin may have started as a joke, but its blockchain is anything but. It's a living proof that open networks powered by community can not only survive, they can thrive. That's how the Dogecoin blockchain actually works, from the algorithms that mine it, to the nodes that validate it, to the upgrades that are shaping its future. The more you understand it, the more you realize this is no ordinary meme coin. It's a digital experiment that became a global movement. And it's still writing its story block by block. If you learned something new today, make sure to hit the like button. It helps more people understand the real side of Dogecoin beyond the memes. Subscribe for more deep dives into crypto technology, blockchain innovation, and the projects shaping the next wave of digital finance. Until next time, keep holding strong, stay informed, and never underestimate the power of a community-built coin like Dogecoin.